Hello, Wankahs.
What's up, Vankahs?
Greetings, Vankahs. It's the summer break. Guenther, are you enjoying your summer break, or are you working? Because some of us have to work.
As you well know, some of us have to work. It's not like you guys, which can have the whole summer off, I have to work, yeah.
That's right. Well, we're putting you to work today because we are returning to the fan favorite episode. It's the mid-season break. We've got 11 races under our belt, and it's time to grade these drivers. It's time to put them into their tiers. You know how this goes. S, A, B, C, D. You're a school teacher. This is Vankah Hours, and you are the authority. So we're going to go through all of these guys, and you are going to rank them in their different tiers, with D being the lowest and S being the highest. That's reserved for the God tiers. If Yuki Tsunoda was still in the sport, obviously he would be there. But unfortunately, he's not. So we'll see if anyone even gets there. But before we get into all that, make sure that you are subscribed wherever you are listening. Make sure you are subscribed on YouTube, Spotify, wherever it is. Or you can also do us a favor and you can hype this video if you're watching on YouTube. This is a new feature. Hype us, baby. Let's get this episode running all the way up. But enough of my dilly-dallying. Let's get to it. Cue the music.
Go Fox smash, my dog. I'm got the fucking Steiner and I'm back for more. Go Fox smash, my dog. I've got the fucking Steiner and it's time for Vankah Hours, baby. Vankah Hours, baby. Vankah Hours, baby.
And we're back. Guenther, before we get into a driver, I'm curious, if you had to give this season so far a grade, where would you put it?
Where would I put it? All over the place, I would put it. Some very good, some very not so good. So if you take the average, I would put it B. A B. Yeah.
A B tier.
Yeah, a B. Yeah.
A B tier. We'll see if we can get it a little bit higher. We'll see if this thing can get a little bit more interesting. But let's start. We're going to do this a little bit differently. We're going to go team by team, and then we will do both drivers next to each other. So we're just going to go from the bottom to the top. We're going to start with the last place team, which is Cadillac. Let's start with one Sergio Perez.
Sergio Perez.
So he's definitely been surprisingly out-qualifying Bottas, who we thought was the quali king.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's the quali breakdown?
6-5 Perez.
And then the sprints 3-1. So overall 9-6 in Perez's favor. And in the race, while they've not been finishing in the points, either of them, because they both have 0, Perez has finished ahead of Bottas in, second to last, 7-3. So of the two of them, he seems to be having a better time. But what are your impressions, Guenther?
A C. I mean, to rate drivers which are in a car like for example, the Cadillac, is difficult to give them it's just like what you see against the team, against his teammate. He's doing better than him, It's a C, and he's putting an effort in, but if the car doesn't break, it is slow. So, I mean, what can he do about it? I mean, it's more like the effort they put in to do anything, because it's very easy to get so frustrated that you're not doing anything anymore.
How did you kind of you had a season or two where you were not quite where the Cadillac is, but you had your own, share of rough seasons.
I had my own Cadillac, yeah.
You had your own Cadillac. How did you kind of assess how well your driver was doing when they were in machinery that you knew was not up to snuff?
You just let it go. I mean, I think the only thing what you want from them is that they put the effort in and they're not getting, negative about everything, because that doesn't help, So, and I think the seasons when we were dog shit, basically, we also had rookie drivers. So for them, everything was good anyway, because for them it was the first year in F1, and we knew that that we just were there to learn. So that, but. You judge them the effort they put in, and fair play to Checo and to Valtteri a little bit. It's like they keep on pushing. Whatever they have got. And guys, that's not easy, to do.
Yeah, but Perez I think might have lost a point. He got a few dumb penalties, right? That might have cost him a point or two here. You don't ding him for that?
No. I mean, it's points. I mean, he didn't know that he was going to go into points anyway.
Right.
That time when he got the penalty, I don't know which race it was when Alonso got the point.
Right.
In the end, it was like because so many people dropped out. That had nothing to do with, because I think he was 2 laps down anyway. So.
Right.
Those races weren't really about pace; they were just about other people's misfortune.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Perez in the C tier. What would you give Valtteri?
I think we have to put him in a D. I mean, he's just like, Perez is just better than him in the moment, And what he tries to do, I think Valtteri has given up a little bit on it, it looks like.
Yeah, it seemed like for both of them, motivation was really going to be a huge factor, because they're both experienced guys. They've both been on top teams. They both have multiple race wins under their belt. And now they're, clamoring to kind of be back in F1. They get in there, but then they're on Cadillac. Yeah, exactly. So it really was, in the beginning of the season, we're like, which one of these guys is going to be more motivated? In my estimation, Checo just has maybe a bit more of an ego, a bit more of a chip on his shoulder. Do you think? Right. What do you chalk that up to?
I think it's just like he still wants to prove something. Well, I think Valtteri is more like the guy said, what can I prove in the equipment I am? While Checo is just trying to give his 100% all the time.
Right. Mm-hmm. Do you think that they should, if that is the case and Valtteri is checked out, that it would be wise of them to try to get someone else in there? Or do you think they're just going to wait with both of them and try to get the car to be better?
I think in the moment they have to get the car better and to see what they're doing. But if they need to change one driver, obviously, I think they're going to change Valtteri. I mean, his results are not as good. I think Valtteri expected bad, but not this bad, And now it's like, hell yeah, I mean, I'm driving a Formula 1 car, but I did a good job at Mercedes being the reserve driver, because I was last as being the reserve driver because I didn't participate, and now I need to make all this effort to be last,
Right.
It's like...
yeah, same amount of points, but so much more effort.
It's like, wow, I really need to work hard for this,
Exactly.
All right, well, let's move right along. Valtteri as a D, Checo as a C. Let's go to the next, second to last place finishers currently. Aston Martin, who have 1 point. That 1 point was scored by one Fernando Alonso. Where do you put Alonso in this tier ranking for the season so far?
Alonso deserves a B for what he's doing, the guy. I mean, to keep on going at his age. I mean, obviously. It's his own fault that he's getting old, not ours. But anyway, he can stop. But to keep on going and to put an effort in to make the team better, to stick with the team, I take my hat off of that one. And then as soon as he sees an opportunity, he's there. He gets something out of it. And that with Alonso, as you said before, the only one when the Aston Martin. Before Hungary was the worst car, was even worse than the Cadillac, and he got a point, and that's purely down to Fernando to do that. That's why he deserves a B, just for the effort the guy puts in and the persistence he has got.
Mm-hmm. I feel like, do you think he has a chance to really move up this ranks?
To win the championship? No, not this year. Not this year, sorry.
No, but to move up, if he's a B now, obviously we look at the results doc, he's wiping the floor with one Lance Stroll, but that's kind of what we expected. But if this, for the first time that they brought their upgrades to Hungary, and he puts it into Q2 for the first time of the season, do you think that, he might have a chance to get some points and really show an old man strength along Alonso's type season?
I think he can. I think if the engine gets better, the latest engine that they gain a little bit there, I think he's got a chance to get into the points. And if there's somebody there which can do it, is Fernando. I mean, we know that, and but getting to an A, I think that will be difficult. where he is at the moment.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets a podium.
If he gets a podium, we need to give him an A. I mean, we need to give him an A. Yeah.
Okay.
We owe him that. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. On
Okay,
the
great. Well,
flip
then what
side,
about?
though,
Yeah. Go.
He's qualifying. It's 13-2 if you include sprint races. 13-2 in quali, 7-1 in the race. Obviously, 10-1 if you include sprint. 10-2 if you include the sprints in results. 1-0 in points. How are we feeling about? We got lots of effort on one side, maybe a little bit less effort on the other side. How are we feeling? What kind of grade are we giving Lance Stroll?
We are feeling very D. Very deep.
Very deep.
No, very deep. The feeling is very deep. All right. The numbers say it all, it's like, but the other one, and that for also Fernando gets a B, because the effort he puts into to keep the team upbeat is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Do you think his effort and Lance Stroll's effort just kind of cancel each other out, and it's kind of like a nothing? It's a net zero.
Yes.
We know that F1's all about net zero. That's a huge part of their thing. They just need to, bring the two of them into the. The question is, okay, Guenther, this is a little bit of a tangent, but if this car does come online, are they ever going to part ways with Lance Stroll? Will that ever happen?
I don't think so. I mean, we also know why I don't think so. But fair play also to Lance. If the car gets better, I think he motivates himself, because he's not a bad driver. It's just the motivation is missing. He says, and somehow I understand that. What you want to prove? You're dead last anyway. What the hell, And then as a teammate, you get the bull mastiff, Alonso. How can you beat him? It's like at that point you just give up a little bit. A situation like we said before with Valtteri. It's like I could have a much better job doing a lot less and have the same result, basically nothing.
Right.
It takes special people to do what Alonso is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a certain mentality that he seems to have that he still has all these years later, even now that he's even more motivated now that he has a kid.
Yeah, and it's not like Lance has to worry about paying the mortgage or anything like that.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's paid. Yeah, he's all right. Exactly. Yeah, he's doing all right. Yeah. I think Fernando doesn't have a problem with the mortgage, but
that's true.
That is true as well. Let's keep it rolling to the Williams team. As a team, they have 11 points. Carlos has 6. Albon has 5, but that does not necessarily tell the entire story, because when it comes to qualifying, Sainz is out qualifying Albon in races, in proper Grand Prix qualifying, 9-2, in sprints 4-0. So it's 13-2 in qualifying. What would you say? Let's start with Carlos Sainz. Where would you put Carlos?
B. All right. B, except when he holds up Oscar, then it's not a B. Yeah.
Does he get a B minus for that? Does he get a B minus? Do we ding him?
Yeah, exactly. We get him a B minus. But as a driver, I mean, what he's doing, because I think the Williams looks a lot better than it actually is because of Carlos, and also Carlos trying to wanting better to do stuff. So I think he deserves a B, but it's a B minus. We need to give him a B minus, because he needs to.
That's right.
Don't do that again. So
5 seconds wasn't enough. So we got to ding him here.
We give him a penalty as well. Yeah, exactly.
Who knows? I feel like he was maybe at a B plus before that, and now he's been dinged. It's like not just a B to B minus. I think a B plus to B minus. Okay, Carlos Sainz B minus. Do better. What about his teammate Alex Albon?
C.
C.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question. Everyone's talking about, these guys got to get out of Williams. These guys got to get out of Williams. Carlos Sainz, Alex Albon, they got to get out of Williams. There's a lot of talk about all these young guns coming through. You have Solov. There's a Ferrari kid coming through. Maybe Liam Lawson's going to be looking for a job when Solov comes. when Soulove comes through. I mean, George Russell might move. Oscar Piastri might move. There's going to be a lot of pieces maybe flying around in the next couple of years. Quality drivers. I mean, is there a chance that Albon is going to just be out if it keeps going like this?
Yes, there is a chance, but that in general is not only talking about Albon. I think in general what we can see when the rookies come in, if they're good, they're good very quick. They don't need 2 or 3 years. Look at all of them. Hajar, Behrman, Kimi. They're all good. So at some stage, the team says, we have got a driver which had 3, 4 seasons, 5 seasons. He's average. Okay, should we keep on going with average? And average in Formula One is still damn good, you know?
Right.
But should we not take the risk and say we take a rookie and, you know, be where Bortoleto is or where Kimi Antonelli is? You know, there is none of these new rookies has actually really disappointed, I would say. I think the biggest one, I think, to be open for discussion would be Colapinto. But he came in very strong, and then he had a setback. But that setback was partly because the car was so bad, and he just couldn't get anything right. But now he's back. Right. You know, he's there with Gasly. And what we also don't have to forget, if you take a rookie in, the cost of that guy, it's a lot less. It's a lot less than a mediocre guy, which is there 5 or 6 years, even 7 years. So at some stage you say, hey, why should I go what I know, which is mediocrity, you know? Let's take some risk and have some fun.
It's kind of crazy what's happened with this whole generation, because it's not that long ago that they were the young guys. You know, that it was Charles and Max and George and Albon and Lando coming in as like, oh, look at, you know, they were all Twitch streamers and they were all like this new agey. We've never seen kids so young, and now they're already kind of, you know, Max really just kind of took that generation and said, I'll win all the championships, thank you. And then now all of a sudden it's time for like the next crop.
Yeah, absolutely. And then and I think the crops will come quicker and quicker as long as F2 and F3 can provide enough talent to feed into F1.
Right. Okay, let's keep it rolling. Audi, they have 12 points. The point breakdown between the two drivers is as such. Bortoleto has 10 points and Hülkenberg has 2. Now, that doesn't tell necessarily the full story. Hülkenberg in qualifying is actually is beating Bortoleto. He has 6-5 in terms of their matchup, and they're tied on sprint races. What would you say there? Let's start with Hülkenberg.
It is between a B- and a C+. Huh? I would give him a C+.
Okay.
Because the expectation, I mean, Bortoleto, you know, he should be ahead of Bortoleto, clearer. Obviously, he had a lot of DNFs, you know, a lot of problems with the car, so we don't have to underestimate that one. But a few races, he was really beaten by Bortoleto. And Bortoleto is new, you know, Bortoleto is still very new to this, so.
Last year there was Bortoleto really kind of had some real quali pace, and you would think that the young kid who kind of comes in, he's fast, he's great on Saturday, but Sunday would really be the day where Hülkenberg would shine, and that's actually been the opposite of what we've seen so far this year.
He had so many problems, mechanical problems.
He did.
A C+, C+.
Yeah, but I mean, he's holding his own against Hülkenberg, against Bortoleto in quali. He's beating him by 1 in quali, and when you go to look at like a Behrman Ocon situation, how big a step that Behrman's taken against Ocon, I think that's kind of admirable. I think
Hülkenberg is a B- and Bortoleto as well a B-. Because it's pretty equal between the two of them. You know, I think it would be unfair if they get a different. Yeah, it's a B- because they are better than a C+. We cannot put a C in front because I think now the car got better over the last races. They will make points now. They are now.
Seems like Audi is really one of those teams that feels like, okay, like they have a handle on things.
Yeah,
what
is happening? Yeah, they're not passenger. Yeah. It
seems like their ceiling is higher than some others.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a tie. Both of them, Bortoleto and Hulkenberg, B-. Okay, then let's move on to your old outfit, the HAAS Formula One team. Matt, what's the breakdown there?
That's 8-3 Behrman in qualifying for the Grand Prix, and 3-1 in sprint. So that's 11-4 Behrman. And then it's 18-3 in points for Behrman. So this is a blowout. This is a blowout right now.
I think Behrman, for me, it's a B. The guy is good.
B.
Yeah, B.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking about the B-, but it's a B. I mean, the guy is doing good, The guy is doing good, And again, he over-delivers for the equipment he's in. That's what I think, in the beginning of the season, he really delivered, and afterwards, obviously, got more and more difficult. But I think he's a B.
Interesting. I was kind of feeling like, should he not be a B+?
No.
He's wiping the floor. He's wiping the floor with Esteban Ocon.
But that's not because he's so good, because Ocon is so bad.
Okay, you're saying Ocon. That is more evidence of Ocon
really
having lost a step.
Yeah,
you think, because Ocon is like, if you look at his history, he's a pretty bang average. He's a solid driver historically.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he won a race. He was a solid driver, right. but he's struggling he's struggling. I mean, I think he's struggling badly.
Okay, so if he's a B because he's not a B+, it's like it's not that impressive to actually be wiping the floor with Ocon. What grade are we giving Ocon? Where is he on the tier list?
D.
A D. Okay, if he's in Lance Stroll territory, and last I haven't done a DNA check, but I don't think Io Komatsu or Gene Haas have fathered him. I don't think he's a relation.
I keep out of that one. He's not Nepo baby.
He's not a Nepo baby. I don't think Ocon has any relationship, any familial relationship with Komatsu or Gene Haas. Is there any chance they dump him mid-season at this point?
No, I don't think so. No.
I mean, because they're in a real. It's going to be in a real scrap here for some of these. What, 8th, 7th? I mean, what's the constructors' standings right now?
I think between 7th and 9th it will be pretty.
They're in 7th right now. They've got Audi behind them. Williams is also behind them, and then the long shot is
the Aston Martin. Yeah. And we know that Haas, they don't really. Historically, they develop like shit mid-season. Like they come out like because what's crazy is they came out like, I think Behrman got like 5th, or like he was
in China. In China, he got a lot of points. I think he finished 5th in China.
He got a lot of points, and then it's been kind of downhill since then. I mean, can you explain to me why Haas is so good? Like usually, like at the beginning of the season, like all of your best results were usually in the first couple of races, and then you're so good compared to other teams relatively in off season, but mid season you guys suck.
Support for the show comes from Factor. We are all doing our best to take good care of ourselves, but come on, it's summertime. It's easy to indulge and sustain yourself on drinks and fries alone. But if you're ready to get back on track, eating real food again, Factor can help. This is the best company for a guy like me. It's so easy for me to indulge a fry here, a fry there, and then the next thing you know, what happened to my body, what happened to my life? Factor makes chef-crafted, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals so you don't have to choose between real food and convenience. Meals are ready in 2 minutes and require no prep and no cleanup, so even on the days where your schedule is completely out of control, eating well is still achievable. Every week, you will find 100 nutrient-dense menu items to choose from and new options like salmon burgers, shredded pork, collard greens, and more, plus add-ons you'll crave like pumpkin-flavored cheesecakes and protein shakes. Yum. Let's eat real. Head to factormeals.com/Vankah50off and use code Vankah50off to get 50% off and one free breakfast item per box for 1 year while supplies last until October 31st, 2026. That's code Vankah50off at factormeals.com. See website for more details.
I think going back to my time, because we always started early with the development of next year's car, because that was the best. I don't know what they did this year, but this year they brought a big upgrade in, I think Barcelona it was, a really big one, and didn't do anything. I mean, it didn't make it any better. I think.
But in your time, you were like, okay, this season sucks. We're going to focus on next season.
No, we didn't have enough money. Exactly, we didn't have enough money to produce parts. So you say, hey, just let's focus on next season. Put the money in there. Otherwise, we wouldn't have enough money to build a car for the next year.
Yeah, I mean, for some context, Behrman has 18 points on the year. He got 6 points in Australia and he got 10 points in China. Right. So the first 2 races, he got 16 of his 18 points in those first couple of races.
Right.
But that's where, when you look at this thing, it's also like, that's where the quali battle kind of can maybe speak to what, is, at least the power dynamic, but within the team, is. So that's where that lies. Wow. Ocon as a D, I love it. Let's keep it rolling. Alpine has 61 points in terms of the point breakdown. Gasly has 42. Colapinto has 19. In qualifying, Gasly is beating Colapinto 9-2, and they're tied in the sprints. Now, another kind of telling, they've been, one of the stronger midfield teams. Gasly has a 100% Q2 success rate. Colapinto's been in 10 of the 11 Q2s, so that is impressive from him there. In terms of Q3s, in terms of how many times each of them has been to Q3, Gasly's been in Q3 4 times. Colapinto's been in Q3 2 times. So it's interesting because you read those stats, when you're watching the races, it doesn't feel like they're that far apart. Where do you kind of place them? Let's start with Gasly.
Gasly, B or B minus, I would say.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the points difference there? Let's see, what's the points difference?
More than 20 points between the two. 19 to 42, you said, huh? Yeah. Half of it, yeah. So Gasly a B minus, I think not.
Why not higher? Why not higher? He's leading like he's kind of like
but you have to compare him also to the other people, out there. So B minus is already pretty good in my opinion,
Even with it, I mean, he got a podium in Monaco. I know it was like a kind of,
he got a legit podium in Monaco. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was legit. He got it 3 weeks later, but anyway, He wasn't on it, but he got it. They sent a picture.
Guenther, if you had gotten a podium at Haas 3 weeks later, you would have been fucking singing from the Dolomites.
I would be still there. I would be still there. I would be still there on the podium. I'm not going on. I'm not coming down off this podium. You need to take it away with the podium.
They would have to bury you with it.
Yeah, exactly.
You said we're everyone come back to the place. We're doing the podium celebration because I'm gonna spray some champagne. I'll be damned if I'm not.
Exactly. So maybe you're right. Maybe it's a B.
Okay.
And Colapinto maybe a C plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he's not doing badly, but he needs to a little bit tidy up, a little bit calming down sometimes a little bit, but he's not doing bad. But B and C plus. Yeah.
I got a question. If you're James Vowles, how are you feeling about maybe taking Albon? How are you feeling about Colapinto these days? And maybe having him back.
I think that would be a big gamble, taking him back, Because
maybe Albon and Albon, I don't know if he can leave, but if Carlos Sainz leaves, I mean, who's going to take his place?
Yeah, but what you have to think as well, what are the Williams options? So maybe Colapinto would be a good option,
Right.
Because it's not like that Lewis Hamilton will go to Williams,
Exactly.
It's like the choices are when you're in this midfield or toward the end, your choices are limited by who actually is available and who is coming to you. You know, it's not like who you want there. And I think James Vowles pulled off a good one with getting Carlos there.
Yeah.
You know, I always said, I mean, I could not believe
he catfished him. He catfished him. He sent him pictures of a really good looking car.
Yeah.
Do you know what catfishing is, Guenther?
No, what is catfishing?
So it's like I send you a picture. I tell you that I'm like this beautiful woman, and you fall in love with me, but it's me.
All right.
You tell everyone I met this gorgeous girl, but it's me. James Vowles did that.
They did that one with him. Yeah. On Tinder. Yeah. On Tinder.
Yeah. Exactly. And James Vowles did that with Carlos.
Must have, yeah. Now Carlos
and
found
now he's
out.
Desperately trying, and now he's desperately trying to be like, no, I look like that. I look like that. I swear. Stick around, please.
I'm not buying it.
Yeah, exactly.
As I see it, it's like Albon. You know, if Williams wants to move in another direction, they're more worried about keeping Sainz. I don't think Albon. I don't think he has too many suitors right now. Like Albon's not necessarily going anywhere.
He's not Penelope in the Odyssey.
No, exactly.
The real worry is if Carlos does find another place to go. If he does, if he does move on, which it seems like he wants to and probably will, who would they replace him with? I don't think that they're going to be jumping to replace Albon with Colapinto, given that Albon, beat Colapinto in the time that they had together.
I think Albon is a good driver. I mean, it's like, why would you change him? As you say, you have to worry if Carlos leaves. What is the next best to replace Carlos with? Which will go to Williams, because
it's probably like
Carlos,
Lawson,
yeah, Colapinto, Lawson, or somebody like this.
Yeah.
Okay, let's speak of Lawson.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's speak, because this is going to be a really interesting one.
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
This is a really good one, because the Racing Bulls are next on our list. They have been fighting next to each other all year. They've had moments where one is up, one is down. Obviously, Lindblad got the upgrade, even though Lawson's beating him in the points. But let's look at the stats. In terms of qualifying, Lawson is out-qualifying Lindblad 6-5. They're tied on sprints. In the championship points, Lawson has 43. Lindblad has 23.
This is a bloodbath. It's a bloodbath, though. They're always fighting and touching and
you know what?
And Lindblad ignored team orders that one time. I think it was in Austria.
That's right.
Because Lawson's fighting for his career here.
But this is another kind of little bit of a telling stat. In terms of Q2 appearances, they're relatively even. Lawson's made it into Q2 100% of the times. Lindblad missed it once. But in terms of Q3 appearances, Lindblad is beating Lawson. Lawson's been in Q3 5 out of the 11 races. Lindblad's been in Q3 7 out of the 11 races. Let's start with Lawson. Where would you put Lawson? They got the same
B minus both of them. B minus both
Interesting.
of them. Yeah. B minus. They're doing a very good job, both of them.
You don't give Lawson the edge because he's got the point. It's
too close. It's too close. No, he got no more points, but the points is, but the qualifying it speaks clearly. They are even, And Lindblad, he's a rookie. It's the first year for him, so you need to give him a little bit of slack there for the racing. That the other one has got more experience, and that's for. I think they are very equal. These two guys.
Does Lawson's advantage? Is that mitigated by the fact that it's like a new reg set? Does that help Lindblad? Like whatever knowledge Lawson has of the old cars is gone now.
Yeah, but no, I don't really see that, because Lawson wasn't there a long time, so he was not really used to the old car. And when he was there with the old track car, he was in trouble all the time. He was always. I think he was more worried about. Is he gonna drive or where is he going next? He went through a pretty tough time.
Yeah.
So,
right. Do you think Lawson's going to be around next season, or probably?
I think so. I think so, because some of these teams will need people like him, like Williams.
HAAS,
we just said
HAAS,
Williams. Exactly. Yeah, HAAS, yeah. Williams. Yeah, even Alpine, maybe something like this happens. He's still young enough. He's good. And he's not like one which is there 7 years and nothing comes out. He's doing pretty well, 40 something points.
Right. But you don't think he'll be at Racing Bulls?
Yeah.
Because Racing Bulls has this guy Solov coming through that's like winning the championship right now. Do you think do you think he'll be at Racing Bulls next year?
I would give it a 50-50.
Okay.
But you're saying that you've seen enough from him this year that, he's fighting to stay in Formula One, that you've seen enough to be like, he would stay in. If you were at Haas, if you were running things there, you would say, let's give Lawson a look if he was on the market.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I love it. We're getting to our top 4 teams, so let's recap where we are so far. In the D tier, we have Valtteri Bottas, Lance Stroll, and Esteban Ocon. In the C tier, we have Alex Albon, Sergio Perez, and Franco Colapinto, who is atop the C tier because he has a C+. We've got a lot of guys in the B tier. Alonso, Behrman, and Gasly as solid Bs. And then we've got a lot of B-. Guenther's really been handing out some B-. You're doing good, but you could be doing better. Carlos Sainz, B-. Nico Hulkenberg, B-. Gabby Bortoleto, B-. And Lawson and Lindblad, all B-. Currently, there's no one in the A tier. There's no one in the S tier, which maybe makes sense because we're coming to our top 4 teams. Let's start with the team that's in 4th place, which is the Red Bull Racing Organization. Think we know in terms of this teammate battle what the deal is, but let's just go over it for old time's sake. In terms of the Grand Prix qualifying, Verstappen is beating Hadjar 8-3 in sprints. It's 4-0, so that's 12-3 in total. In terms of their points, Verstappen has 109, Hadjar has 68. Let's start with Hadjar. How would you rate Hadjar's year so far?
B+.
Our first B+. Got lots of Bs, lots of B-. Our first B+. What have you seen from him this year that you like?
That he didn't, going in beside Max is difficult. And he is holding, he made good points. I mean, if you look at the last years, whoever was there with Max never made this percentage-wise this many points as Max made. The car is not fantastic. He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job, the guy.
He's getting into Q3, which has been a challenge for.
He's 2-3 tenths of Max, not half a second every time. He's not getting in. Mental states about it. He's just doing a good job, keeping his mouth shut and. Sometimes, not all the time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, But in the race he's vocal, but otherwise he's pretty quiet. So sure. I think he's doing a solid job. Yeah, and it's a little bit more than a B.
He's at 100% Q3 success rate, unlike Max Verstappen, who has 9 out of the 11 races because he's been crashing out. But
he's probably crashed fewer times than Verstappen has. He probably has a lower repair bill.
Done less damage. Yeah.
Definitely a lower repair bill than Verstappen.
That's right. Okay. If Hadjar's a B+, where are you putting Max?
A. It's Max. It's an A.
It's an A. It's not an A+, not an S.
No, it's usually an S. I think we got to ding him. He's crashed a few times.
Exactly, yeah. And that's why. Exactly, yeah. So therefore, it's not an S, but it's an A. It's an A. It's a good A. But what he does is always very good.
Yeah.
Max's worst is still better than most people's
best. Yeah.
Okay. Then let's keep it rolling to McLaren. 220 points between the two of them in terms of the point breakdown. Lando has 128. Oscar has 92. Let's remember that Oscar had, engine, what happened in Hungary. Let's keep that in mind. In terms of the quali breakdown, Lando is beating Oscar 7-4 and then 4-0 in the sprint. So 11-4 in total qualifying sessions. let's start with our most recent race winner, Lando Norris. Where are you putting Lando?
Your guy. Let's start with your guy here.
Yeah, let's start with my guy.
I think whoever wins a race should get an A. Maybe an A-, maybe an A-. But he should get an A. He won a race. He should get a A-, maybe, because
A-.
the rest of the season was not brilliant, but still good.
But the car wasn't brilliant.
Yeah, but that everybody has got the problem with that one. I mean, look at Cadillac, So, but he's still at the car. So, but I think it's an A-. Yeah.
Okay. A- for one Lando Norris. What about Oscar Piastri?
This year he cannot really keep up with Lando, I would say. Obviously, I'm saying the obvious because you gave the stats. So, what we put in B+. He's still doing a good job, but he's a little bit behind. He's a little bit behind Lando this year. B+. Mm-hmm. Give Oscar a B+. Room for improvement. Yeah.
Any thoughts there? You agree?
I'm as an Oscar Piastri fan, I'm taking that B+ that he's giving me with both hands, and I'm running with it. That is. Yeah. It's like when somebody offers you, it's like, I'll offer you this amount of money to do that job. It's like, fuck, I would have taken half that amount. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I would have walked away happy with a B+. Okay. Given how the season's been going for him, I'll take a B+ from Guenther.
Yeah, and you know what? I think maybe an A- is a little bit harsh. But
exactly. I was shocked with an A. No. I'm A-. I was shocked.
I think that maybe an A would be suffice. But you know what? There's a lot of season left. And I think this McLaren is about to have a couple more good races. I see some more wins coming Lando Norris's way. So we will.
Yeah, you're a tough grader on Lando. What are you, my fucking 10th grade math teacher? Jesus Christ.
You are. Listen, this is Vankah hours and school is in session. So let's keep it rolling. That's McLaren. Ferrari is next. This is also going to be a really, really interesting one. In terms of the point differential, Lewis, 169 points. Leclerc, 138 points. In terms of the qualifying differential, in proper Grand Prix qualifying, Leclerc is out qualifying Lewis 6-5. In sprint qualifying, Lewis is out qualifying Leclerc 3-1. So in total, it's 8-7. Seems pretty even. This has been a really, really fun one to watch. After last year, Lewis being in no man's land, and all of a sudden finding some form, but then Charles has been able to counter a couple of times as well. Let's start with Lewis Hamilton. Where do you grade Lewis?
It's an A, but is it an A+ or an A? I'm debating with myself in the moment here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it kind of depends. Well, they both won a race, right?
Yeah. I think Lewis is an A, because not A+. He makes mistakes, a lot of mistakes still, but where he was from last year to this, he's an A. But
does he make mistakes, or does he have penalties thrown at him erroneously?
To get penalties, you make mistakes. I mean, but is it an A+ or not? Yes, it's an A+. Okay. Let's give him an A+. Yeah.
I think it's an A+
as well. Yeah, it's an A+. Yeah.
You know why I think he gets the A+ is because he actually convinced Ferrari to change their brakes, which no one has gotten them to do. And now they're more competitive.
Yeah. No, it's an A+.
And I think Leclerc is, now that he's adjusted, I think he's reaping the benefits of that.
Yeah,
I agree.
And Leclerc, we said he's a race winner, so a race winner, he's a 4- as well.
Okay.
Because if you win a race, you need to be an A, yeah.
A- for Leclerc and A+ for Lewis?
Yes.
I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, and that brings us to our final team. The Mercedes-Benz, the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team. Kimi Antonelli, obviously we know what he's been doing this year, but let's just look at the stats here. Kimi has 219 points. George has 160. In terms of the qualifying, Kimi has outqualified George 7-4 times in race qualifying. They're tied on sprints. George has had some car trouble, but Kimi's had his number.
Why does it feel worse than it looks?
Yeah, absolutely. If you listen to the numbers, it doesn't look this bad, but it feels a lot worse. It seems like George is nowhere. It almost seems George is like with Checo Perez in a Cadillac. So.
Yeah.
Well, let's start. Yeah, who should we hit? Kimi first, or should we hit George first?
Kimi is S. Kimi
S for Kimi.
S for Kimi. No debate. He should be there. Won so many races.
S+ for Kimi.
Kimi, yeah.
Yes.
Kimi is S, yeah.
Okay.
And George, I said if you win a race, you should have an A. But does George deserve an A, or does he deserve a B+?
But hold on. Do you deserve an A if, like, Esteban Ocon probably could have won a race in that early? If pretty much any driver could win a race in that car.
Yeah.
Especially in the first couple of weeks.
In the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's good to debate, because I think you're right, yeah. Because I think George is a B.
Mm-hmm.
He should be better than his. I mean, obviously, it looks worse than it is, but my expectation was too much, or a lot higher than it came out,
Right.
So I don't think he's an A. Is he a B or a B+? Who else have we got in the B+ category?
In the B+ category, we've got Hadjar and Piastri.
Yes, we have to give him a B+ then, yeah. B+.
Okay.
Yeah.
George B+.
Plus. And Kimi S.
Kimi S. That is...
that makes sense.
That is big.
Everything
That's
I do I make sense. You know that. You should know that by now, Matt.
You're the king of sense.
Sense, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so that does it for our tier list. Let's go through them, and if you have any adjustments that you like to make, Guenther, this is your last chance to shout them out. In the D tier, just solid D, no D minuses, no D pluses. You're just Ds. Valtteri Bottas, Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon. Everything fine there?
Yes.
In the C tier, Colapinto, C+, Checo Perez and Albon, solid Cs. Everything fine there?
Maybe Albon a C+ as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've adjusted. Albon, C+.
Yeah.
In the B tier, B+, Hadjar and Piastri and George Russell, all B+. In the solid Bs, Fernando Alonso, Ollie Behrman, and Pierre Gasly. And then in the B-, Carlos Sainz, Nico Hülkenberg, Bortoleto, Liam Lawson, and Lindblad, all B-. How do you feel about that?
Good.
Okay. Then in the A tier, Lewis Hamilton, A+, Max Verstappen, A, Lando Norris, A-, Charles Leclerc, A-.
Maybe Lando is an A. Without the minus, yeah.
Yes! Let's go! Fuck! Okay, and then Kimi Antonelli is the sole occupant of the S tier in Guenther's mid-season tier ranking. How you feeling about your list, Guenther?
Very good now. After the corrections, very good.
Yeah, no, you're going to get no pushback after this. None in the comments. No one's going to be upset. It's impossible.
Well, obviously, we know that the people in the comments will be. We don't have to ask you.
They are entitled to be upset. They are entitled to be upset.
Be upset. Just make sure that you are
subscribed. That is the most.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
whatever. Be upset with Matt and with Brian. Do whatever. Not with me, obviously. But subscribe.
That's right.
Subscribe. That's right. Okay, Vankahs, that does it for us. We will see you next time. Goodbye, Vankahs.
Goodbye.